Hi, I'm Frank Cowell, president of Elevator. This message is for CEOs. CEOs, I want to talk to you today about content marketing and why you simply cannot ignore it for your organization any longer. But before I jump into that, I want to talk to you about the buyer's journey. Now, you may have heard this phrase. The buyer's journey is the journey your buyer goes through from being unaware all the way to aware to then making a decision about choosing a solution to their problem. So the challenge you have is when your marketing tries to line up with this journey. Now the problem is when the buyer is in the unaware stage, your advertising and marketing will fall on deaf ears. It will not line up. As I like to say, your pitch doesn't line up with their itch. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at this chart. This is the buyer's journey in a very generalized point of view. If you notice, your advertising, if it falls here, your marketing, if it falls here, nothing is going to happen. Falls on deaf ears. Your potential buyer is unaware of you. In fact, they're unaware they even have a need at this point in the journey. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's say your marketing and advertising falls here. Now we may be getting a little closer, but still very unaware. And again, your marketing and advertising falls on deaf ears. Now, as we get closer to their actual need, you may have a shot. You're not lining up with their need, but you're hoping that the recency of your marketing and advertising lines up in such a way that they'll remember you. And God, you hope they'll contact you when they're ready. Now, this next one's a no-brainer. Let's say your marketing and advertising lines up here. Now we're cooking. Now it lines up. They want to hear from you. You've got alignment. They're ready to reach out and respond to your marketing and advertising. Makes sense. Now, if your marketing and advertising ends up here, pretty much know what's going to happen. You're too late. You missed the party. You missed the boat. I don't have to tell you that all of that spend to try to align with that exact need is really inefficient. Because the problem is, with traditional marketing and advertising, with what I call promotion-based marketing, is you're looking for those rare, ready soon buyers. Ready soon buyers are those people that fall right within that window of being really close to their decision stage. And to make problems even worse, because of the internet, because of mobile technologies, because of social media, buyers are now self-educating, unlike any other time in history. Before the internet, buyers used to rely on organizations to educate themselves. Today, they self-educate. By the time they engage your firm, if you haven't already talked to them, they are very educated. They know what their pain is. They know what the options are for solving that pain. Now they're just trying to decide on a vendor to solve that problem. If this is where you're engaging buyers, I've got bad news for you. You have a problem. And your opportunity to differentiate with that buyer is slim to none. And that's really what we're talking about. It's all about differentiation. How are you going to create differentiation, create awareness and engagement early on in their journey, and especially during the unaware phase? That's really the challenge, because your traditional marketing and advertising is just simply not going to connect when they're in this part of the journey. And this area right here is the massive, massive opportunity. So what do you do about this? Well, that's where content marketing comes in. And the great thing about content marketing is it's the perfect marriage between context of the buyer and content matched up to serve the need. And when you do it that way, it's like marketing with a magnet, not a sledgehammer. And when your content marketing truly serves that buyer, you now have content that people love, and your website is seen as a resource, a true resource for unaware and early aware buyers. And this allows buyers to educate on their terms. And that's really what we're talking about, is allowing them to educate and engage on their terms. Because let's face it, they're not going to talk to you until they're ready to talk to you. The consumer, whether it's B2B, B2C, B2B2C, is fully in control today. And that's a reality organizations need to come to grips with, and your marketing must face that and meet that need. To get content marketing right, however, requires a strategic approach like inbound marketing. Now, inbound marketing, simply put, allows you to take all of that blogging, email marketing, social media, all that tweeting and everything else you're doing, put it together in a way that systematically draws buyers through the buyer's journey, having them fall in love with your brand and your content. So that way you're seen as the preferred choice. That way you create that differentiation that you're after. And when you do it this way, we're talking about more traffic, more engagement, and more leads. Imagine what could happen if your traffic doubled, if your engagement doubled, if your leads doubled. Well, that's the kind of thing that can happen when you take a content marketing approach and marry it up with an inbound marketing methodology. I'm Frank Coel with Elevator. CEOs, if you want to chat with me further about how content marketing can set your organization on fire, get in touch with me, frank@elevatораgency.com. I'd love to talk to you.